Okay, let's start with a question. What if one song could redefine Canada's entire music landscape overnight? Sounds dramatic, right? But that's exactly what the SOCAN Polaris Song Prize is betting on. This year's shortlist dropped recently, and honestly, it's more than just a playlist, it's a cultural statement. Let's unpack why this matters way beyond the $10,000 prize. First, the basics. 5 tracks made the cut. Angine de Poitrine's Fabienk, PUP's Hunger for Death, Charlotte Day Wilson's Lean. Each of these songs isn't just a tune. They are time capsules. Take PUP, for example. Their punk energy feels like a middle finger to burnout culture. But here's the twist. The prize isn't about albums anymore. It's about raw, standalone moments. And that's revolutionary. Why? Because in 2026, attention spans are shorter than ever, but a single great song. That's a legacy maker. In my opinion, this prize is quietly reshaping how we define impact in music. Now, let's talk money, because $10,000 doesn't grow on trees. But here's the kicker. The prize splits the cash between performers and songwriters. Why's that radical? In an industry obsessed with streaming numbers, this rewards the craft behind the scenes. Think about it. How many viral hits are just recycled loops? This prize says, hey, we see the brains behind the banger. A detail I find fascinating. 2 shortlisted artists, Angine and Charlotte, are already on the Polaris album list. Is this a coincidence? Or is the jury building a bridge between singles and full-length artistry? I'd argue it's the latter. The lines between album and single are blurring, and Polaris is leaning into that chaos. But wait, there's a bigger story brewing. SOCAN, the group behind this prize, just swallowed CMRRA, the agency handling mechanical royalties. Let me translate. They are now Canada's one-stop shop for every right you can think of, performance, reproduction, you name it. On paper, this is efficient. But here's the debate. Does centralizing power help artists, or just create a bureaucratic giant? Personally, I think it's a double-edged sword. Yes, streamlined payments sound great, but who's watching the gatekeepers? SOCAN's revenue hit $587 million last year. Impressive until you ask, how much of that trickles down to indie creators? This raises a deeper question. Can institutions scale without sacrificing the grassroots vibe they claim to protect? Let's zoom out. The Polaris Prize started in 2006, right? But this song prize? New kid on the block. And its timing feels urgent. Why now? Because platforms like TikTok have turned songs into disposable currency. By celebrating standalone tracks, Polaris might be fighting back against the single-serving artist trend. What many people don't realize is that this prize isn't just about art, it's about economics. If you're a musician skipping albums to chase virality, this $10,000 could be your safety net. But is it enough? Probably not. But symbolically, huge. It's a signal, we value your risk. And what about the CMRRA merger? Sure, SOCAN's calling it a united future. But let's be real, this is consolidation. In a world where Spotify pays fractions of a cent per stream, having one entity control both performance and mechanical rights feels risky. Like, who audits the auditor? That said, Canada's music scene is tiny compared to the US. Maybe this merger is necessary to compete globally. Still, I can't shake the feeling that we're trading diversity for efficiency. Is that a fair deal? Wrap-up thought. This shortlist isn't just a who's who of Canadian music. It's a manifesto. Polaris is saying, singles matter, songwriters matter, and Canada's sound needs defending. But the CMRRA move. That's chess, not checkers. 10 years from now, will we look back at this as the moment Canada's music ecosystem became unstoppable, or the day it started playing by corporate rules? Drop your take in the comments. Because here's the truth, music's future isn't written in Billboard charts. It's written in decisions like these.